Hey guys, so as you can see, I finally built it. I actually finished it it's less than a week ago, but I finished it a couple of days ago. And if you saw my time lapses, it took quite a while. I think it took me about 18 to 20 hours, which I'm actually quite surprised because most YouTubers said 20 to 24 hours. But apparently I'm just a bit quicker at building. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the build. In fact, I'm not quite happy, I'm really happy with the build. I think this is an amazing build, highly recommend it. Even if you just see this, like the magnitude of it, like there's a reason this is the biggest set you can buy, basically. So yeah, this is just fabulous set. So let's get into the details. So together there are 7 minifigures, 11 if you include the Minoc, BB-8 and the 2 Porgs. Basically what we've got is 1 Minoc, Han Solo, Leia, C-3PO, Chewbacca, older Han Solo, Rey, Finn, BB-8, and then 2 Porgs. Now let's get into a close-up of these minifigures. So first up we've got Han Solo. So this is his episode 5 appearance, which I think is actually pretty good. It doesn't have the dual molding legs like the not dual on Bespin, Betrayal on Cloud City Han Solo has. But I still think it's pretty good. He's not when he it's not the outfit when he rescues Luke Skywalker, but it's the outfit he wears when he's in the Millennium Falcon and when he's on Cloud City. So that's pretty cool. He's got some really nice leg printing. I'm not sure if you can see that, but he's got some really nice leg printing, and his jacket has those pockets, which are pretty cool. And then he just has that shirt underneath. He does come just with a regular black small blaster. But my favorite addition is really just the hair. Like, this hair has been around since I think 2016, maybe 2015, probably 2016. I just love it. I just think it fits him so perfectly, and it's just so great. I'll show you the back of him. It's there's not really anything. There's no back leg printing, and it's quite hard to see. I'll probably have to brighten this up in the actual footage, but there's just some more details on his back. And then he has a second expression with a face mask, because in episode 5, basically the Millennium Falcon flies into a space slug, and there's this thing called Minox, which there is actually one included in this set, and basically he has to go out with a gas mask. And this is a exclusive print specifically to this set. So I think that it could cost, I think it costs like $150 AUD just to get this certain Han Solo, which is absolutely crazy. Like, it's really expensive, but if you want to get these, just buy the whole set. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's just really awesome. And again, and also his just normal face is just also pretty cool. I do kind of wish that we got like just a normal angry expression, because then for people like me who haven't got any other Han Solo minifigures, it becomes pretty weird when he's not using a gas mask, but he's like smiling as he's trying to save his friends, and he's escaping the Empire. So yeah, that's just a little bit weird. But that's kind of just my own problems. So on to the next minifigure. Up next is Princess Leia in her Hoth outfit. This is, I think, her best outfit, or like interpretation of the Hoth outfit. I just think it's really, really, really awesome. It's much better than the normal Hoth Leia minifigures, because normally what they'll do is they'll make this sort of vest tan, which just doesn't work as well, I think, and it just making it all white, or like that sort of creamy white. is just a massive upgrade. She has I think that's a general pin. You'll notice that's also on some of the Han Solo minifigures. I think that just signifies that you've got a rank in the Rebel Army. Then I'll show you the other side. Again, some really nice jacket, some vest printing. I think that's a vest. And then, again, like Han Solo, she has a gas mask, so she can go into the, out into the space lake, safely. And then again, her normal, happy expression is also very, very good. So, on to the next minifigure. Next is C-3PO, and I think that we've come to a point where LEGO's just decided, you know what, we're gonna just stop updating this guy. And it's kind of okay, I guess, because I think that unless they did some arm printing, this is the best C-3PO you can possibly get, pretty much. I love that he has that, like, partly silver leg. I really, really like that, and because people think that, C-3PO is a purely golden, robot, but he actually has a silver leg, which is actually quite interesting. You then see all the wires sticking out in his stomach, and that all this sort of just chest and other details are just really, really good. Moving around, we have some more wires exposed, and that paneling. It's a really, really good minifigure. And then you just get the normal C-3PO head, which is, to be honest, still a really good head. I think they've had that mold. Maybe they haven't had, like, this certain, like, color, but they've had this mold for a long time. It's served them really well. So, anyway, on to the next minifigure. Okay, next minifigure up is, the man, the myth, the legend, Chewbacca. He actually sticks a little bit out of the camera shot, but that's kind of okay, because Chewbacca, I'll actually get another minifigure. But Chewbacca's, because of his head mold, he's actually quite a bit taller than the other minifigures, and rightfully so, because Chewbacca is quite tall. I think that Chewbacca's just under 7 feet, maybe he is even 7 feet, but, he's really, really tall in universe. And kind of like with C-3PO, LEGO's just decided to stop updating Chewbacca. Apart from that one time in 2018 when they tried to remake him in Solo, and that kind of just ruined Chewbacca, unfortunately. But Chewbacca is looking really, really good in here. I used to have a lighter, sort of a lighter brown, I think it's dark reddish brown, for a Wookiee, and I just used that as Chewbacca because I never got a Chewbacca minifigure before this. So I'm just really excited that I've actually got a Chewbacca that looks like Chewbacca. Sorry that it's shaking so much, this tower's a bit unstable. He also comes with a stud shooter bowcaster, which is technically the only sort of play feature. Like, there's no other spring-loaded missiles or stud shooters, thank God. But, I kind of like this. Like, some people really dislike stud shooters. I dislike stud shooters if they're placed without meaning, and they look really bad on the set, like with the AT-RT and the 5FS Battle Pack. Or if there's those, like, ones that the actual, like, Battle Pack figures hold. I hate those, because, like, unless if you can use them in some ways, but otherwise it's just, like, nah. But, I still really like this, so if you're just, like, not a fan of stud shooters, you can just take this out, and, like, it's fine, and just looks a little bit incomplete, but, like, it's pretty much fun. I'm okay with it. So yeah, that's all for Chewbacca. On to the next minifigure. Up next is older Han. Like, in some ways, he's pretty similar to, the Han Solo from before, but he's just got a different hairpiece. He's got that, I don't know what it's called, but it's that really common hairpiece in just grey. This is not an exclusive minifigure like Han and Leia, but it's still a pretty good minifigure, and I personally myself, I think I've bought any sets from the new trilogy. I think that I got one episode 8 set, but apart from that, nothing else. So this is like a real good thing that I now have a older Han Solo minifigure. Again, he comes with just that small, very common black short blaster. Comes with some okay pant details. Maybe they could have just stepped that up a little bit. Nice jacket, actually. This jacket would actually, like, fit really well for an Indiana Jones character, so I'll probably end up doing that. Turning around, the jacket just has a little bit of back printing. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but I'm going to try and move him around so you can actually see that, yeah. It's just folds and stuff, and he has a second face, which is just a really angry expression, which I kind of wish that we had something like that, on the normal Han Solo and, Princess Leia minifigures, but I guess a exclusive minifigure is pretty cool, so, like, I guess that's what you get. And then the other expression is just kind of like a neutral, not happy, but not sad. And it's actually what Han Solo looks like throughout most of the movie. He's not, like, openly grinning or openly upset like Harrison Ford is in the original trilogy. He's kind of just a bit neutral. But yeah, on to the next character. Up next is Rey. I guess I have to... Spoilers for Rise of Skywalker, but this is Rey Skywalker. I actually hadn't got a Rey minifigure until now, but yeah, this is a pretty cool minifigure for me to get. I'm quite happy that I did, because I think that there's too much hate on the new trilogy. I get that it's not nearly as good as the original ones, and that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't made the best decisions, honestly. But honestly, I think that they're still pretty good movies, especially this number 7. I think that episode 7's a pretty good movie, actually. I'm not at all offended by it, which is kind of something new for me. When movie sequels come out, I'm not totally happy with them. But yeah, anyway, she has some very nice torso printing, which I think is like sort of a scavenger outfit. She comes with a silver pistol instead of the black pistol that the Han Solos come with, which is kind of a nice touch, because that's what a pistol actually looks like. She has this neutral expression, but if you flip it around, she has that angry expression, and then we just have the back of her robes. So, yeah, that's really all for Rey. She isn't exclusive in any way, but on to the next minifigure. So this is really kind of like the final minifigure, if you don't count the, like, droids or the porgs or the Minoc or anything else like that. This is Finn. Sorry that my lighting's a bit all over the place, but I've just got lots of light so that you guys can actually see the stuff. And it's just a bit annoying. But anyway, this is a pretty good minifigure. It's pretty accurate to the film. He's got a Poe's jacket on, which he steals from, doesn't steal really, but after they crash on Jakku. And he's also got his black outfit underneath because he was a stormtrooper. Spoilers, but it's been out for 5 years. Go and watch it. He's got his stormtrooper under like thermals. He comes with just the extremely, like, probably more common than the short blaster, extremely common medium blaster. I think that's called it, medium blaster. But he has this expression which I actually really like. It's sort of inquisitive, but it's also like I kind of use this like for like when people are trying to search for stuff and stuff like that. It's a really useful face. Yeah, I think that maybe I'm putting too much emphasis on it, but honestly, this is like one of the most useful faces, because I do have another minifigure of this. Turn around to the back, you can obviously tell that this is episode 7 because it doesn't have the scar down the back, because spoilers, Finn doesn't exactly win against Kylo Ren in a lightsaber duel. Finn has, as I said, has this inquisitive expression, but then he has this, like, sort of determined, angry expression. And that's actually a pretty cool expression, I think. And it's quite useful a lot of the time, surprisingly, as well. Like, I've used it a lot in sword duels, actually. But, yeah, also, he just comes with this pretty cool hairpiece. I know that this has been out for a while, but I actually just really liked this hairpiece. It's contesting with the Rey hairpiece, which I also really love. and also the Han Solo hairpiece. I think the Han Solo hairpiece is probably my favorite hairpiece of all time. But this is definitely in the top 3. So yeah, we've technically run out of minifigures, but there are 3 more things that I want to show you guys. So on to the next thing. Next up is BB-8. He again is in no way exclusive. He is the same as every other time we've seen him. It's kind of unfortunate, like, this was a while ago, but it's kind of unfortunate that BB-8 can't actually roll around, that he's just stuck like that, and that, like, maybe LEGO could have incorporated some way to, like, make him, like, stick on every side, so, like, different parts of the ball could be visible. But, maybe that's just too much to ask. Anyway, I think this looks actually pretty cool. Has some cool designs on each side. Some really nice silver designs. And also the head. I actually found that the head was, like, pretty cool. Like, I've had BB-8 before, but I don't remember his head being this cool. But, yeah, that's BB-8. On to the next thing. Next up is the Porg, and we do get 2 of these guys in this set. They're the same sort of build as the ones from episode 8, but I am quite confused as to why these guys were included, because I get that this was when, what was it called? The Last Jedi was, had come out, but, the thing is that, like, no The Last Jedi minifigures were included. In fact, one of them, spoilers for pretty much the whole sequel trilogy, one of them is dead in episode 8. I'm sure you can guess who. So I just found, like, I appreciate that LEGO did include them, but it would just have been nice for them to include an episode 8 Luke, and, like, they could have included him in the Octo set, so, like, it doesn't even really matter. Like, they included a bunch of non-exclusive minifigures. I just don't get why we didn't get any episode 8 minifigures, because, like, Rey, she's in a completely different outfit in episode 8. And, yeah, and, like, just a different figure that would have been, from episode 8. It could have even just been, like, one second Rey minifigure, or one Luke minifigure, or just something like that. Would have been really nice to have. But, anyway, I think these Porgs are really cute. They, got those nice, BB-8 head molds, which, actually suit them very well. And they look super fluffy and cuddly. And, yeah, I get that these things were only made to sell toys. But, I don't really care. I like them anyway. But, on to the last, minifigure / build. I've had to lean the camera back a bit, just because of how big this thing is, but, this is a Mynock, and, like I said earlier, basically, these are the things that attach, to the Millennium Falcon, like, attack the Millennium Falcon while they're in the Space Slug, and, Han and Leia, that's why Han and Leia have their gas mask, faces, so that they can, like, fight the, Mynocks. There's only one included in this set, and I kind of wish that we had, like, maybe 1 or 2 more, because there's almost like a swarm of them in the, Space Slug. But, no matter, this is actually a pretty good build. Maybe they could have chosen a different color to grey. I think that was a bit of a drab color, but overall, it's a pretty good build for a Mynock, actually. It has that nice slope back. It had these huge wings. Well, they're not huge, but they're, like, pretty big. It has those green eyes, and, it also has this suction cup piece, so it can actually stick to the Millennium Falcon like it does in the movie. But, yeah. So, that is the Mynock, and that is the end of our minifigures. Just before we go into the, build, as always, with all UCS sets, there is a little plaque for the ship. So it's a Star Wars trademark Millennium Falcon, and it basically tells us what the actual, manufacturer name of the ship was. So it's the Corellian Light Freighter YT-1300 series, modified by Han Solo. and that's why it's a hunk of junk. But anyway, the manufacturer is Carillion Engineering Corporation. Its length is 34.75 meters. So I think that's over 100 feet for Americans. Engines is the Gyrodine SRB42 sublight drives. The maximum speed is 1,050 kilometers an hour in atmosphere, which in atmosphere, I think that's slower than most supersonic jets, which actually really surprised me because like this is supposed to be like in the vast future. But anyway, the hyperdrive system is a Class 0.5 ISU SIM SSP05 hyperdrive. Its weapons are 2 Keck 4G 2G quad laser cannons, 1 Blast Tech AX1880 ground buzzer blaster cannon, and 2 Dryac ST2 concussion missile tubes. So I think that those are actually the things on the front of the ship, but they aren't actually included in the ship. And then capacity is 2 pilots, 6 passengers, and 100 metric tons of cargo. Which, by the way, just about the capacity, that's definitely not how many people Rey saved from the Resistance in Episode 8. Like, she definitely saved about, like, 100 people on the Millennium Falcon, but whatever, I guess. So, yeah, now that we've looked at the plaque, let's get into the build. Okay, so now that we've got the minifigures and the plaque out of the way, let's actually have a look at the Falcon. So, hey guys, it's SB in post-production here. Basically, I thought this video would be quite short, but it turned out being really long just because of the size and the magnitude of this set. So I'm going to cut this video up into 3 parts. This is part 1. Part 2 will be uploaded tomorrow, and then part 3, again, will be uploaded the day after that. So, just so that you don't miss those parts, make sure that you've liked the video. Let's get to 10 likes, and also subscribed and ring the bell, so that you never miss that video, so that you get a notification and you know when the video's up. What am I saying here? I don't have a script. I normally have a script. So like and subscribe, as I said. I do have an Instagram, so if you guys want to check that out, my Instagram name is sv_studs, all lowercase letters. Anything else? Oh yes, I am also running a mock competition. So basically, I've collaborated with this guy named Crystal Bricks, and he's a really good LEGO YouTuber. And basically, it's a competition for who can make the best either Ninjago, Harry Potter, or Star Wars mock, and the prize is $25 Canadian, which is pretty good money. So if you guys want to check that out, that video will be in the description below. I do also have my unboxing video in the description below, so when I actually unbox this, so if you guys want to check that out, you can. As I said, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!